In the theater of modern wealth, there is a romantic myth that has persisted for generations. It is the image of two powerful figures, standing in a dimly lit room, exchanging a glance, and sealing a multi-million-dollar empire with nothing more than a firm handshake. We are taught to believe that a gentleman's word is the ultimate bond. But if you step inside the inner sanctum of true, generational wealth, you will find that a verbal promise carries the weight of a whisper in a hurricane. The ultra-wealthy do not operate on assumptions. They do not rely on memory. And they certainly do not leave their empires to the mercy of good intentions. In the world of elite business, every commitment, every transaction, and every professional relationship is bound by a singular, unyielding law, the absolute certainty of the written word. To the casual observer, demanding a formal written contract for every minor commitment might look like paranoia. It might even look like a lack of trust. But billionaires view this entirely differently. For them, documented clarity is not a sign of distrust. It is the highest form of professional respect. The psychology of the elite is built on the elimination of ambiguity. They understand a fundamental truth about human nature. Memory is fluid, and emotions change. What feels like an ironclad agreement today can easily dissolve under the pressure of financial stress or a shifting market tomorrow. By capturing every detail in black and white, the ultra-wealthy remove the burden of interpretation. They create a reality where misunderstandings are impossible. It allows them to protect relationships from the friction of forgotten promises, ensuring that both parties are aligned, not just in spirit, but in absolute, measurable reality. This obsession with documentation becomes most apparent when an empire expands its ranks. When a billionaire brings an individual into their inner circle, whether it is a top-tier executive, a private advisor, or a specialized expert, the process is never a simple conversation about salary and duties. Every entrance into their world is heavily guarded by a legal fortress. Long before a single task is assigned, extensive non-disclosure agreements, non-compete clauses, and hyper-detailed employment frameworks are established. The ultra-rich do not just hire talent, they insulate their legacy. They understand that a single, undocumented agreement can expose their proprietary systems, their trade secrets, or their privacy to immense vulnerability. In the upper echelons, a verbal contract isn't just risky. It is a liability that can bring down decades of calculated growth. They pay for expertise, but they contract for absolute security. So, where does the myth of the billionaire handshake come from? The public displays of handshakes and smiles are merely the final act of a long, invisible script. It is a theatrical performance, staged for the world to see. Behind that single second of physical contact lies months of relentless work by elite legal minds, hundreds of pages of meticulous documentation, and the thorough dissection of every possible scenario. The handshake does not create the deal, it merely celebrates the fact that the ink is already dry. True power knows that a handshake without a pen is merely a gesture. Wealth is not built on gestures. It is built on structures that outlive the temporary enthusiasm of a handshake. In the end, the practice of writing everything down is not about cynicism. It is about stewardship. Acquiring massive wealth requires a bold vision and immense drive. However, preserving that wealth requires a flawless architecture of certainty. The ultra-wealthy understand that words are fleeting, but the written page is permanent. It is the silent anchor that keeps an empire steady through shifting tides and human frailties. Because, In the world of true luxury and ultimate power, your word may define your character, but your signature defines your empire. This leaves us with a fundamental question. If you were about to close a multi-million-dollar deal with your closest, most trusted friend, would you rely on a handshake to honor the loyalty or demand a written contract to protect the future? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the world of the ultra-wealthy.